number 15, Harlan
You're
Blake.
not nervous. You're freezing.
Senior number 23, JC Bastian. Senior number 24,
Could I
Lindsay Miller.
copy the names?
The Cougars are coached by Jessica Parker, assisted by Matt Latham, Whitney Wilkerson, and Janine Wilson.
Ruby. Yep.
JC, twins! Twins!
Fouls on Sidney Craig for the first. Lauren Telford and Megan Matthews in for the Trojans.
Double, 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 double!
Jump ball. Possession Cougars. Lindy Miller in for Union.
You gonna take over?
Does he have some rosters for us so I know
I just wrote these down, but I'm not following any of the names right.
You can if you like. It's Morgan. Okay, gotcha. And welcome back to Centricom. Ladies basketball, the preview playing here at Orem High School. I'm Curtis Marsh. Right now we have Union with the ball. A long three-point shot is up and missed. Ball's knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Union Cougars. Lineup. Be side out basketball right now for Union. Today's playing game, the winner to advance to the state tournament next week in Richville. Union with the ball up on top. Ashlyn Morrell looks in, tries to get the ball down low. Ball's kicked out and knocked out of bounds and recovered. And Morgan's on the attack. Morgan dribble drives to the elbow, kicks it back out on top. Penetrates, gets the ball back out. Cardi Blake drives down low, and the ball is stripped there as Ashlyn Morrell gets her hands on the ball for the Union Cougars and takes the ball. And here comes Union down, and a quick basket off a transition layup, and the basket is good. And that basket was by Drake. And Morgan's back on the attack. Sammy Taylor dribbles, gets the ball to the elbow, over to Carly Blake. Shots up from the corner and missed. Morgan comes down at the rebound. Good board that time. Strong rebound as Aubrey. We're going to get a roster here, folks, for us, listening on Centricom. We appreciate Centricom bringing these games. But Morgan will go to the foul line. The score right now, Union 8 and Morgan 4. A minute 43 remaining here in the first period.
Audrey Quigley will be at the line shooting 2.
You know, I think this might be probably the best game we'll see today as far as being close.
Well, we've had some blowouts, right?
Right.
So this is a game right here, two teams. And we'll be right back with this game. We're going to take a quick timeout as Morgan's going to call a timeout. And we'll be with our sponsors for a minute and be back for high school girls basketball.
Orem High School, exciting girls basketball as the Morgan ladies taking on Union, and I'm here with Dylan Smith. And Dylan, I agree with you. This game has a matchup to go right down to the wire. And right now, Morgan is on the foul line right now as Audrey Quigley, a junior, hits the first of two. Aims and lets the second one go, and it's nothing but net. And Morgan cuts that lead down to 2. Pressure right now. Union breaks the pressure, gets into the front court. They're going to go all the way to the rim. Shot up and missed, and taken down by Audrey Quigley. And here comes Morgan. Morgan in maroon and Union in their home whites. Out on top, Morgan's trying to penetrate right now. Good defensive for Union. Out on top, ball is bobbled out on top as Lauren Telford gets the ball down low as she comes into Audrey Quigley. The shot's off, and here comes Union coming down and missing. Ball's a scramble. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and they say it's going to stay with Union.
Yeah, she might have forced the issue there. You know, she kind of stopped her dribble and probably should have kicked it out.
Brooklyn, Reagan Anderson, a great athlete for Union. We've seen her before. She's a senior forward. And I think we're going to have, no, we're not going to have timeout, just a lot of subs in. We'll try to bring you these girls as they come into the lineup. Appreciate Centricom TV for bringing us tonight's game. And if we get a second, we'll recap some of our events from earlier in the game, earlier in the day here at Orem High School. Morgan back out on the top. Sydney Cragen gets the ball down low.
That's a nice looking shot.
Great looking shot, great pass right there. And right now, Morgan, once down 4, has taken a 1-point lead over Union, 9-8. And a turnover as Morgan comes up and forces a turnover. So right now, things have switched, and Morgan right now has a little momentum.
Yeah, they do. They're playing with a lot of intensity and taking good shots, and then there goes Union. So.
Right when you say that, the ball is stripped, and Lindley Miller comes down and lays it in and gives Union a 1-point lead, and back and forth we go.
Yeah, Union's a good team. They're not going to just crawl and hide, you know.
A lot of tradition from both of these schools. The clock winds down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Shot up and big as J.C. House hits a 3 at the buzzer to give the Morgan Trojans a 12-10 lead at the end of the first quarter. And we'll just take a second and be with our sponsors, and we'll be right back. New sponsors? If you're a basketball junkie, this is the place to be, is basketball all day. And we get a replay from earlier, but what a three-point shot for Morgan to hit at the buzzer. You can see the clock. The ball was in her hands at 1, and she let it go, and nothing but net. And we got a 12-10 ball game here at the end of 1.
Yeah, that's a big-time shot. You know, you're, I guess, kind of considered the underdog, and played a good first quarter, so.
Well, I had a chance to see Union a couple times earlier this year. One of their assistant coaches, Matt Labrum, if you know Matt, just a accomplished coach in the state of Utah, former state champion basketball coach at Parowan, back in his hometown of Roosevelt. These schools are, even though they're in the north, they're quite a bit far apart. You know, you get up in the basin with Roosevelt and head up in that beautiful Morgan country, and so although Union's the designated home team, you're playing on a neutral floor here today. So
right.
3 men. Morgan not only hit the 3 at the end, but they get the possession at the break. So a chance to extend that lead that's at 2 right now.
Yeah, that could be a big swing.
They bring the ball into J.C. House, who, by the way, hit that shot down. Guarded closely out up on top by J.C. Bastian. Ball comes to the elbow, and in the corner, the shot is up and good as Megan Matthews, the senior, knocks it down for the Trojans, and they are on a run.
Yeah, and they're pressing right now and trying to take advantage of that.
Union having a little bit of trouble. They get the ball in the corner, looking to the elbow. come back out to J.C. Bastian, and then over to Tori Ross. Dribble drive penetration that time by Reagan Anderson. The shot's off, but knocked out of bounds by Morgan. Will be in for Union.
That's a killer. You know, you want to get that rebound and just went off her shin.
Well, they got a good look at it. The ball's going to come all the way up on top. And Tori Ross, a great shooter, comes up at the rebound and put back, and what a shot. Little hook shot as Carly Blake lays that back in, and that was a big shot for Union to get back to within 2.
Definitely. You know, those second chance opportunities, that definitely can be the difference in the game for either team, right?
They can change momentum and everything. And right now Morgan's back out on the top as J.C. House tries to get the ball, and it's stripped. And we're going to come back with Union as Bastian has the ball in the corner. And when you come back after a missed shot, then Morgan can't set up that press.
Yep.
Ross baseline left, shot knocked around, and Morgan's going to come up with the basketball.
Just both teams are so active on defense right now. Their hands are active. They're, you know, moving their feet well. They're not taking a second off.
They know what's at stake right here, and at stake is a trip to Richfield next week, and the loser will be done for the year. Morgan up out on top as Megan Matthews looks to dribble drive, coming over to Mikkel Jensen. She's at the 3-point range left, comes back on the handoff, and it's stripped, and Ross is going to come up with the ball for Union. That's back-to-back turnovers for Morgan. Ross kicks the ball over to Bastian, 3-point line. She kicks it back on to Morel, to Carly Blake, and we're going to have a foul right now on Morgan. The foul's going to go on Audrey Quigley. That's her first. It looks like Morgan Dillon's going to switch 4 girls for 5, so you're going to have to be quick on your draw with these substitutions. Union shoots the first shot. That shot comes up a little long, and is that Riley Richards there on the miss? Riley Richards for Union will get her second shot. She is just a freshman.
Yeah.
Youth is served here at Orem High School.
It's quite the accomplishment to be playing, you know, in the biggest game of the year in your freshman year.
Tells you how much trust they have in her. We're going to have a lane violation on that as Union stepped across the line, and that'll be a turnover back to Morgan.
And while she's shooting those free throws, I'm watching this Morgan coach and getting goosebumps. You know, he's running up and down the court, and hopefully his team can take some energy from him.
A lot of passion there as Morgan comes back out on top. Get the ball to Cindy Cregan. She's going to drive to the elbow left, comes to a hard jump stop, tries to skip pass over the top to Morel. Morel dribble drives, come back on to Blazard. Blazard looks down, good post pass, but stolen away. Ross comes up for the Union. We got transition basket. Ross goes all the way, takes a tough shot, but the rebound is rebounded and put back, and that would be Whitney Burchell. Big pick, put back for
yeah, that was a nice putback.
And the score is tied right here, 14-14.
Tell you, Ross is all over the court, though. She seems to be.
She's active. She started several years for Union, so she's a veteran player. Morgan, 5:07 remaining, having a hard time getting the ball, and there's going to be a jump ball. J.C. Bastian jumps in there for Union and gets her hands on the ball and ties it up, and alternate possession is going to go Union way, and they can come back and take the lead.
Yeah.
We have these little mini momentums coming back and forth, and
yeah, it looks like it'll be a little back and forth action all night, which would be fun.
Yeah, I like Tori Ross here, the backcourt, the senior guard. Point guard, she dribbles, she's facing a double team up on top, avoids the trap, looking for a high screen, doesn't get it. Skip pass over the top to Bastian, she drives, shot up and no good, but she gets her own rebound and misses the shot, point blank, and saved by Union. And we got frantic action and another rebound. This is going to be 4 attempts right now for Union.
You know, that kills you for Morgan. You know, you're playing good defense and can't get the rebound.
Some of those long rebounds right now is J.C. Bastian. Looks over on top to Carly Blake. Skip pass over to Ross. 3-point shot up and good. Nothing but net. You can see that from here.
Yeah, and Ross makes you pay, you know.
17-14. Sydney Cragen, the junior, comes over and gets a little of instructions from her head coach, Sterling Mack. She dribbles across the timeline. Man-to-man defense right now by Union. She's going to go all the way. Almost forced to travel. Ball back out on top to Morrell. Looks to get the ball to J.C. House. Long three-point shot up and long. And Union's going to let the ball go out of bounds, and it'll be their ball.
Yeah, it seems like they're in the middle of a little run right here, and Morgan wants to stay in this game. They're going to need to get a stop and find a way to score.
You want to manage this last 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And Morgan's going to come out, and they are going to run and jump press right here. And the ball is knocked out of bounds, really, as Sydney Cragen got her hand on that ball.
That's a good move by the coach, though, right? To go and press and
change the momentum a little bit. Go
right.
from zone to man and let them look at little things as they try to get the ball in bounds. They finally get it in bounds to Reagan Anderson. She comes almost into the trap and gets the ball over the top. And that's Riley Richards. Shot up and good. And that's Carly Blake. And she's a senior forward. And now it's a 5-point lead. Big run right now for Union.
Yep, you saw the experience to not get into that trap and made a good pass and led to an open bucket.
Exactly. Big three-point shot up. Sydney Cragen for Morgan, and she drills a three-point shot right about where the E is on the Tigers on this floor. And that's a big shot right here.
Oh, man.
Stop the bleeding right now. Tori Ross for Union. She's looking at the high post. Nothing there with Reagan Anderson. Brings it back to Ross. Almost stolen. Ross goes with her left hand. Comes back on top. Union lucky they didn't get a turnover there. Good drive in the middle, and the shot comes up, rebound, and it's going to come down to Morgan. We're going to have a Union foul, just a frustration foul that time.
Right. Yeah, it looked like two Union players went up to get it and knocked it out of each other's hands.
So that foul's going to be on Riley Richards. Another sub in as Lindy Miller is going to come back in, as well as Kaylee Reiser for Union. Morgan going to take the ball out sideline. And you talked about Sterling Mack's enthusiasm. He's demonstrated it right here, and his girls have kind of bred into that and come back and used it on the court.
Yeah, they responded well, and we're talking about that last shot being big. Not only does it stop the bleeding, but gets you 3 points, and you're right back in the game.
Exactly. Baseline shot up and missed. Rebound by Morgan. Boy, they had a good shot. Just come up a little long. And here comes Union in transition. Morgan gets back defensively and stops it as Lindy Miller into the ball game with her pink shoes and pink socks. She dribbles, drives right. She's going to try to get to the glass all the way to the board and scores. What a shot, the little 5'4" senior Lindy Miller for Union.
She's done that a few times, right?
I've seen her do that in multiple games, and can't let her get that right hand and get driving that way. And here comes the Trojans as Cindy Cragen looks, gets the ball down low, shot up, and what a great move that time as she got the ball down to Ashlyn Morrell, and there was really nothing Union could do.
No, she was a bit of a height mismatch there.
Ball knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover as Union turned the ball over, and it's back to Morgan. J.C. House back into the lineup, and she's a girl who hit a big three-point shot right at the end of the first. And I'm Curtis Marsh. We're here at Centricom with Dylan Smith, and we're going to take a 30-second timeout with the score 21-19 Union.
Or in the half, excuse me.
Don't you feel like, Dylan, these last 2 minutes before you go to the locker room could be big, because that's the momentum you take into the locker room. That's what the girls sit and think about for 10 minutes. Either we're on a roll or we're struggling. And right now, a 2-point game with Union and a back-and-forth game with a 21-19 lead. This has been a great game so far.
Yeah, who do you think feels better going into half right now if the scores to stay pretty close to what it is right now?
I think Morgan has to feel better right now, and they were down early, and here they come as Sydney Cragen tries to drive, gets the ball over on the side to J.C. House. This time she's up and missed, but good rebound that time, but stolen away. And Union in transition, just a little long with that pass, and I like the idea, but just Lindy Miller just a little bit hot with that pass.
Yeah, again, kind of forcing the issue. You get the turnover and want to push it up the court fast, but sometimes it's best just to set the offense up and take a good look.
Take a good shot, run some clock, and Morgan's going to come over. They're running a set there as Sidney Cragen, the junior. And it looks like Union's going to come out and push the issue right now. Guarded by Lindy Miller. She looks over the top. She looks over to House. House comes low, back to House. House shot is up and good.
And just like that, Morgan takes the lead, right?
Big shot, and that's 2 big shots, and both those 3-point shots right in that exact area for Morgan. And Morgan comes back under a minute. Union with the ball down 1. Lindy Miller up on top. Looking to penetrate. She gets a cutter from Riley Richards, but she's going to come down to the post. Carly Blake in, and boy, she went with that left hand and did a great job.
Yep, found a little open lane and took back the lead.
Get the shot, and back and forth we go. Here comes Morgan. High post, they kick it outside. Try to get a shot back to House. Nothing there. She's going to come inside to Sidney Cragen, who penetrates. Get a shot right there. And boy, that is just nothing but net. As
these shooters have ice in their veins, right?
well, they haven't missed much in the last 2 things, and that's Alexandria Trussell for the Trojans. Under 8 seconds, and Lindy Miller doesn't know 5 seconds. Get the ball over there in the corner. Gonna have to take a long shot. Is Carly Blake, and off the front rim, and we're gonna go to halftime with a 1-point game.
Yeah, with Morgan up.
Morgan up 24-23, and with that we'll take a quick break, but exciting basketball, huh, Dylan?
Yeah, looking forward to the second half.
It's kind of like junkies when you get to come here and watch basketball all day long. People wonder what you're doing, but girls basketball all day tomorrow and some exciting boys basketball. And when we come back, we'll try to give you a quick rundown of some of the action earlier today.
especially because
right now, and I'm with Dylan Smith, and I'm Curtis Marsh, and we're bringing you state basketball, the play-in game at Orem High School. What a great facility here at Orem High School, and two teams that are skilled, and this may be one of the best games we see all day.
Yeah, so just a quick recap of the day. Grantsville beat Providence Hall 54-6, 1-5.
Was that a football score or is that a basketball?
Yeah, exactly. And then South Sevier, the 3 seed, played Delta, the 4 seed, and South Sevier won 46-27.
And that was a 4-point game, 18-14 at halftime.
Yep.
South Sevier really exploded in the second half.
Yeah, they kind of took control and won by double digits. And then Richfield took on South Summit. Richfield being the 2 seed and South Summit being the 4 seed. And Richfield took care of business pretty handily, 56-17. And Carbon then played Manti. Carbon won 58-29. And that was kind of interesting because they were supposed to play Grand. I don't know if you heard about that, but Manti came in and put up a good fight for a good half.
Athletic team, Carbon, girls quick and athletic. And then that game just before this with, those aren't typos right there. You've had a chance, Dylan. What do you think of that Emory Spartans team? I mean, it's clearly the best team in Class 3A for girls.
Yeah, they're led by 6 seniors. Probably any one of those could start on any of these teams.
And they won it all last year.
They won it all last year.
21 straight games this year, plus the run they did at the end of last year. This is a team on a mission, and they just overwhelmed ALA today.
Yeah, they won 86-15. And, they can beat you every which way. They've got Jensen down in the post, and they got the Toomer twins that can shoot from outside, and their defense is relentless.
It's just stellar and inside-outside game, and it's going to be a tough night for anybody that gets the Emory Spartans in girls basketball. Which brings us right now to the game we're at right now, Game 6 of the first game play-ins, and we are right here in a tough, close game right now. As Morgan comes back from an early deficit to take a 1-point lead at halftime. Dylan, you talked about how they have to feel pretty good about that coming in.
Yeah, they really should. They should. It should help with their confidence. They're in the game. They're obviously up by 1, and they fought hard to kind of break some runs by Union and stayed with it and made some big shots at the end to take the lead.
Well, both these teams come in. They're both 3 seeds, right?
Yes, both 3 seeds.
And so I guess we should anticipate a great game, and we'll be bringing you Juab North St. Pete following this game, and in the nightcap for people who are diehard basketball players, Judge Memorial will take on San Juan. Boy, that's an interesting matchup. A private school from Salt Lake against a school that's closer to New Mexico and Colorado than Utah.
Right. Yeah, San Juan's kind of struggled a little bit this year, their girls team, but could be a good matchup.
And Morgan gets the ball at the start of the half, and they're going to bring the ball up as Ashlyn Morrell takes the ball and looks down low. She gets the ball to Quincy Dorius at the post. Knocked away. She comes back on top to Morrell. Morrell dribble drive, skips the ball over the top. That's Sydney Cragen. And Lindy Miller knocks the ball out for Union. And she's just quick, isn't she? Miller's just kind of a relentless defender for Union.
Yeah, I think they called a foul on Miller.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Oh, they
yeah.
did. That's her second.
Kind of got herself out of position on the pump fake.
Shot up from the baseline long, but rebound there as Sydney Cragen gets in.
And that's a big rebound,
That's a huge rebound.
Get it right under and put it back up for 2.
Lindy Miller back on the attack, and the ball is stolen away. So a basket and a turnover for Morgan.
And Union's pressing the ball.
Morgan did a good job breaking that. They're going to come down, shoot the long three, and the bank is open as Sydney Cragen hits the three, and Morgan comes out and scores the first 5 points of the third period.
Yeah, did you hear her call that?
I heard it. The bank is open,
Yeah,
and she drilled right off the bank.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it goes in, right?
Exactly. It'll look great in the Salt Lake Tribune tomorrow. And great shot inside that time, but just a little bit long as Reagan Anderson couldn't come up with it point blank. And here comes the Trojans on a little bit of a mini run.
Yeah, Union hasn't been able to put one in yet in the early going.
Shot up from the corner is missed, and the rebound comes down as Reagan Anderson cleans the boards and gets it back. Almost a travel, gets the ball on the side as Carly Blake misses.
That was quite the athletic play by Ross to even save that. She wanted the pass a lot earlier, but
just a little bit late. Girls have a tendency, you got to look up that floor, look up quick, and here comes Morgan. Looking at the top, JC House, who hit a couple of big three-point shots. She's going to dribble drive right, and what a tough shot with the right hand.
Off the backboard, little floater with the guy in your face.
And they come out with pressure that time, and Ross has the ball, and ball knocked out of her hands. And I think that Union's seen enough right now. They want to take a timeout and talk about this pressure right now, Dylan.
Yeah, Morgan's come out of the half. It looks like their coach probably got them really fired up in the locker room. And
well, 7-0 run.
Yeah.
As Morgan comes up, they're going to take a full timeout. But you look at that pressure and that trap, and sometimes the trap, it's not so much about creating turnovers, but sometimes you get a team and they break the trap, but all they want to do is get the ball out of their hands. They're not running their offense. They're not looking for sets. They're just playing hot potato, and that's as effective as a turnover.
Oh, that's really well said. You know, you disrupt the offensive flow and kind of gets their heads all scrambled, and, you know, they don't settle down and take good shots.
And run anything. And so we'll see what Union's come up with that pressure. And I saw Union earlier in the preview in Richfield, and so, you know, these teams played earlier in the Sevier Valley Center, so it's nice to play on a floor you've seen, and I don't know of any environment better than Richfield for that state tournament because it's central, and it's just an environment where there's not a lot of peripheral stuff, where the girls can focus on 3 days of basketball.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty new to the area, and I haven't been down there yet, so I'm looking forward to next week to look at the facilities and obviously watch some really good basketball.
Well, it's a college environment facility, and there's not a bad seat in the house, and Morgan's going to come up and line up a picket fence, but nobody's defending it, so it really doesn't matter. And they're going to bring the ball back out on top to Ross, and looks like Morgan's gone back into his zone right here.
Yeah, Union really needs to make a good possession of this, and
they really do. They look for the backdoor cut and save back out to Ross, and fortunate to be saved. And Ross is blocked, and Morgan's looking to run. Transition basket's going to come back down as Cindy Cragen lays it in.
Really good job to control the ball and get the layup.
10-point lead. Ross looks the ball right now for Union, trying to get the ball over in the corner. Sammy Taylor, and they're going to come all the way back out on top to Ross, and I think they've gone back. Did they go back to their man? They did.
Yep.
So Morgan really mixing it up defensively, and the ball's turned over again. Transition, here comes the Trojans. They're going to come driving, and that was a great drive, knocked out of bounds, and Union's really fortunate they didn't give up a layup that time.
Yeah, that was a good hustle play.
Lauren Telford on the drive for Morgan. Having a tough time getting the ball in. They bring it into Ashlyn Morrell. Come back out on top to House. She drives, and she's going to go to the foul line. In fact, that's Sydney Cragen there, Dylan. And these guards are able to attack right now. And big run right now, a 9-0 run right now, start of the third quarter, as Sydney Cragen will shoot 2.
Just watching that replay, I thought she might have got there beforehand, but she definitely shuffled her feet.
The foul was on Carly Blake of Union, and she hits the first, and it's a big run right now for Morgan. 11-0 run.
Yeah, especially, you know, it's even more than that if you go back into the last half. So Union is kind of in trouble here.
And he hits both shots, and biggest lead of the game right now, 35-23 Morgan. Union brings the ball out across the timeline and turn it over. Here comes Morgan. Coming down for a fast break is Sydney Cragen and lays it in. And these Morgan girls are pumped right now.
Oh yeah, you know, looking at that press, and they get the foul here, but that press defense has really kind of separated the game.
Going to give that foul. Are they going to give it to JC House? And that's going to be her first. And right now, Morgan's mixed it up effectively with zone and back to the man-to-man right now. And nobody in foul trouble.
Union hasn't been able to settle down in the second half.
Tori Ross brings it across. Gets the ball in the corner, tries to get it over there to Sammy Taylor. And it's a turnover on the sideline.
Yeah, you see a lot of emotion from Ross right there. She knows how important, you know, this stage of the game is to try to chip back at this lead.
Each possession, here comes Morgan. And they're going to take a timeout with Morgan, and 14-0 run. He keeps coming up. We're going to watch what Coach Sterling Mack comes out with. He's switched, he's gone trapped, he's gone two different types of presses, he's gone man-to-man. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an interesting timeout right there, because
you had momentum.
Yeah, and Union's on their heels. They obviously look pretty, you know, not fluid or whatever, and turn the ball over a few times and give them a chance to kind of settle down. So,
well, let's talk a little bit about, you know, we look at Morgan and JC House. Not only hit a couple of big three-pointers, but we saw get a good dribble drive shot, a layup, and then a shot, a little floater, and you don't see a lot of kids that can do and right now they're getting transition baskets right now.
Yeah, and House is a junior, so obviously a big moment for her in this game, and pretty impressive what she can do at this level.
Well, and the thing about it is you see a lot of layups right now on one end, and right now Union's struggling and have to take outside shots, but it's the turnovers. Turnovers lead to easy baskets. And
right. Yeah, it's kind of.
The official coming on over and saying the timeout is over, and Morgan will have the ball up 14 right now.
Double-edged sword there. That's what I was trying to think of. Those turnovers lead to easy buckets. So.
Well, you can't trap off a missed shot or a turnover, and it affects not only your defense but your offense. And right now, Morgan taking advantage of it. The ball's going to come out long and almost stolen away that time as Cragen went out there to get it, and the foul's going to be on Sammy Taylor.
That was kind of interesting. She kind of went after the ball lackadaisical and then drew the foul, so I guess it worked out for him.
And Taylor kind of came at it, you know, got a little bit aggressive on it. And inlet pass in for Morgan, and they're going to attack the rim right now. They're going to go up with it. I like what they're doing right now is they're attacking the rim.
That's a tough pass to make, you know, over a defender, and
right.
Kind of floated in there, but it's a good pass and led to a drive, which then led to the foul.
And is that Ashlyn Morrell? She's just a junior as well.
Looks like this Morgan team's pretty young as far as not having too many seniors.
Well, and right now they're growing up and they're playing well right now as she sets for 1 of 2. Brings it up in the holster and shoots, and that shot just halfway down and out for Ashlyn.
So you just think ahead. I know obviously Morgan's trying to play for this year and keep on going, but you know, as a 3 seed this year, lots of juniors looking like they can be a tough team next year.
Tough team next year, absolutely. The second shot is good. So she goes 1 for 2. And that leads up to 15 right now. Tori Ross in the middle for Union. Gets the ball down quick. She's quick, comes to the elbow, brings it back down and gets the ball. And Union's going to reset right here. Double screen on the top, and Ross is going to go, but the ball's stolen away.
Ooh, that looked bad. She came down
time,
pretty hard on her hip.
Yeah, really, Riley Richards came back after the ball, and just a little awkward. But what a hustle play from Union. That ball was turned over, and they fought it back. And right now, the official trying to get Morgan's coach back into the box a little bit. That's that passion we're talking about.
That
right?
is that passion. I love it personally, so it's awesome.
Having trouble getting the ball in. That's a 5-second count. Boy, that's just tough.
It is tough for Union. And Morgan's just playing really hard right now. Looks like Union's going to make some changes.
Or they're going to bring Bastian back into the lineup. You know, they're going to have to get some things as they bring Reagan Anderson back into the lineup. And try to get a little leadership right now. You know, you look at it as a coach for Union, you say, we got 12 minutes. That's a long time. We can come back from 15, but we got to start right now.
Right, and you can see that Ross is trying to take the ball and take it to the rack, but hasn't been successful yet.
Cragen with a long three for Morgan. She's going to come right back to Ashlyn Morrell. That shot's off. And finally, Union's able to come down at the rebound with Reagan Anderson. And I watched Reagan Anderson this year. You look at her, she's a really, really skilled player for Union. She can score, she can post up, she can defend. And
what year is she in school?
Reagan, I think, let's look at her right here. She is a senior. And she plays when Morgan back in the zone, but Union beats the zone baseline. Good job that time by Union because they got the ball down there to Carly Blake. And really, Union had nothing. I mean, Morgan could do nothing but give up a basket or foul.
Yeah, that was just a really smart play by Blake to get the ball and put it up real quick and draw the foul.
So Carly will go to the foul line to shoot two. And if you're going to nickel your way back into a lead, it's good to do it with the clock stopped. And she hits the first.
Yep, I think that might be one of their first buckets of the
It is
half,
their first point.
right? That's what I was thinking. So almost.
They were down 24 to 23. So it was a 14-0 run by Morgan.
And 4 minutes of no points.
Yeah. Carly's second shot up and looks good. You like to see a girl in that foul shake get up and hold on those tippy toes and let the ball fly. And here comes Morgan. Between her legs, she dribbles, and I'll tell you, she's got a little bit of skills as Sydney Cragen, but the ball's stolen away by Ross. She's looking to run, getting the ball to Lindy Miller, just late. She had her, but late. And here comes Sydney Cragen for Morgan. A lot of contact, nothing, but the ball is picked up by Megan Matthews and laid back in.
Yeah, that's kind of a heartbreaker for Union. Have a 3-on-2 advantage and leads to easy points on the other end.
Yeah, three-point shot up and missed. Tori Ross, the smallest girl on the court. She knows what to do with it as she banks it off the glass.
And she just plays with a lot of heart. She's just everywhere.
Down to a 13-point lead, Morgan. Under 3 minutes to go. As Cragen dribbles, she explodes off her right.
Shoot it, she was open.
Yeah, the 3 second, you get a little stagnant there offensively, and they get that post saying, give me the ball, and then it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, Union has a chance here to, if they convert on this one and maybe stop one more and get another basket to kind of flip the momentum and get right back into this game.
And these good coaches, they won't say they're 13 down. They're saying we're just 6 baskets down right now. And here comes Ross on the drive.
Wow. She doesn't want her senior season to end, does she?
She doesn't. Tori knows what to do with it, and that's back-to-back tough baskets. That's going to be a foul on Lindy Miller.
Gotta love the hustle, though.
You do. I like it.
Because even, you draw the foul there, but I guarantee you that Morgan player, she knows. She'll know that she's going to be there in her grill the next time down. So.
And Lindy's going to have to be smart. That's her third. But right now, you need to get back in this game, but she's going to take a little bit of a rest, and they're going to bring in Kaylee Reiser for Union. Sydney Cragen played a great third quarter. Will trigger the ball inbounds. She's going to get it into House. House comes right over to Morrell. Morrell had the shot, but Union closed well.
Yeah, it was a good pass. Kind of bobbled the pass and couldn't get the ball up quick enough.
And Tori Ross gets the ball, and she knows how to get that foul because she gets her in no man's land as she slows down a little bit, lets her run her over, and 5 team fouls for both teams. And
she's like a magnet. She's got a magnet on her hands.
We got Carly Blake right in front of us, Dylan, ready to trigger the ball inbounds. She's going to bring it inbounds to J.C. Bastian.
And Blake helped stop the bleeding and got some points on the board.
That's only 11-point lead right now. Triggered by Tori Ross. Great pass from Ross. She got the ball down to Reagan Anderson, and really Morgan could do nothing but, foul right there.
It's just really smart by Union to, like you were saying, get points back when the clock stops. Oh, it looks like they're going to change it to on the ground.
They're going to give the ball to Alexandria Trussell, the freshman. And it's just a common foul. And once again, Carly Blake will trigger the ball in, get the ball back into Ross's hand. She's going to step back for three. Shots up, no good. Rebound, good rebound by Blake, and just turned it over, and here comes Morgan with the ball. Just need to come down and triple threat with that ball, go right back up with it.
Yeah, that was kind of curious because it looked like she could go back up or even kick it back out and reset it, but.
If you go strong up with that, you're going to get a foul.
Right.
And a block shot's not the end of the world, you know. I'll tell you, you lose more opportunities when you don't get the shot up than you do from the few that are blocked. But score 40 right now, 29, but Union's bit into this lead. Once 15 down to 11. It's just a 30-second timeout. Dylan, what do you think right now, Union, if they're going to get back into this game, what do they got to do right now?
I think just continuing what they've been doing the last minute or two of the game, as far as having pretty good defense, high intensity defense, and going to the basket, kind of getting points that way, and then that will lead to open shots on the outside.
Exactly, and you get the ball in Tori Ross's hand, and good things happen. But they haven't turned the ball over, so they haven't given up easy baskets right now. And here they come back in the game as Morgan right now, as we have Lauren Telford right in front of us to trigger the ball in, and the official telling Tori Ross to give her a little bit of room to get that ball in bounds, and trying to get the ball in, denied by Union, and good defensive effort that time, but they finally get the ball into Megan Matthews. Megan dribbling, looking to get the ball back down. She gets it to Cragen. Cragen brings it back out to Matthews. Long three for Matthews.
Wow.
Shot rims out.
Yeah, that was a good offensive set by Morgan.
Yeah, you like it when they go inside and outside, and Matthews had that shot almost down.
Now, did they
They're
call a
gonna
foul?
They're going to call a foul, and that's going to be a one-on-one right now. Looks like they're going to ring up on that foul, number 32 for Audrey Quigley, her second. And that's going to put Reagan Anderson shooting one-on-one. These are big. Right now you can get it under 10. Single-digit lead.
Not only that, you're now in the bonus, so every foul gets you to the line.
She looks like she's money right there, didn't she?
That was a really nice shot. Yeah,
Cuts that lead to 10, once 15. How do you eat an elephant? Just one bite at a time, and that's how Union's trying to get back in this game. She can cut it to 9, shots up, and just off.
Yep, just missed that, missed to the left a little bit.
But Union forced a turnover, and Reagan, she's going to go right back to the line to shoot again as Reagan got the ball.
It's just really smart, you know, you go to the basket and you're close and hopefully you make it, and if not, maybe they'll call a foul and
force the officials into making a call, and she's going to shoot. I think she's going to shoot 2 here.
Yeah, and Morgan's been so aggressive on defense, so you're kind of expecting them to foul you almost.
And right now, 2 fouls away from the double bonus, and one thing both these teams have done is funnel girls in and out, so I don't think fatigue is going to be an issue for either team. And in a game at this pace, it's survival to play 9 or 10 girls.
Oh yeah, these girls are fighting, you know. Neither team wants to go home, and both want to make it to Richfield next week. So.
And Reagan hits 3 of 4 in the last 2 sets and cuts that lead to 8. What was 15 is now 8. They've cut that lead in half.
Yeah, and you look at that as a 3-possession game, right?
Absolutely, with lots of time. And Morgan drives baseline, trapped over there, and the ball's turned over. She got nowhere's land, and here comes the Energizer, Tori Ross, and she's going to lead to, tough shot.
Yeah, there's Ross with the ball again and makes a good pass, and unfortunately for the Cougars, they couldn't put in the easy layup.
She got numbers there, and sometimes when you get that ball to the left side, sometimes that's a little tough to come in if you're a natural right-handed player, but
kind of on your offhand.
Here comes Morgan and Cindy Cragen. The junior looks the ball. She's going to hand it off to J.C. House to keep that 3-man game with Morrell, but she's going to come down low. And here we come with Ashley Cragen, Ashlyn Morrell, and that's a tough foul right there if you're Union.
Yeah, that just more because of how late the whistle was, right? I didn't even catch who was it on.
They're going to give that
foul
Ross. To Ross, just her second, right?
Yeah, just her second.
Ashlyn Morrell sets. 5'6" junior from Morgan. Very deliberate, shoots the ball up, nothing but net.
That's a nice looking free throw too. I've been impressed with both sides. Their free throw shooting's been pretty good.
You're going to win a game. You're going to win a close game. You better be able to make foul shots. And, you know, the one thing about it is she hits this shot right here, then they can set up the trap.
All right. And we've seen how devastating that's been for Union, but
yeah. You miss the shot, you can't set it up, and easily across the timeline is Ross. And I'd get the ball in her hands a whole lot if I was Union right now.
Yeah, you know, that senior experience, and she just makes good decisions with the ball.
She does, and Ross is going to look over there. She's trying to get the ball to Bastion. She could take it all the way and pick up the foul.
And she's quick around that edge. She saw the lane and went for it.
They're going to get that ball on Megan Matthews, and that's her first, but boy, that's the ninth. And you know, Dylan, for the rest of this game, eight and a half minutes, Union's going to shoot 2.
Yeah, and we've mentioned how good both teams have shot the free throw, and you know, that just puts more pressure on Morgan to play a really clean game down the stretch.
Absolutely, and Ross just kind of gets that first one to just creep over the top of the rim and drop.
Yeah, that's that shooter's touch, right?
That's what a girl gets when she spends a lot of time in the gym, and she is a senior, and she's been playing a lot of basketball.
Oh.
She misses that one, but boy, they just run that ball down as Sammy Taylor comes up with the boards for Union and gets the ball out to Bastion, and they're going to go for one shot.
Yeah, you know it's not a set play to do that, but it seems like the last 2 times they've missed the second shot and got the rebound.
They just called a set play, and they're going to look like clear out and let her step back for the three-point shot, and it's good.
Wow.
You can see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you knew it was going to go in. Morgan didn't do a great job to come up, as that barely misses off the rim, but
what was a 15-point Morgan lead is now down to 5, and it's anybody's ball game right now.
Well, it totally flips the script, right? Because Morgan, halfway through the quarter, has a lot of confidence in themselves, up by a lot of points. Yep. And now Union's clawed back, and they have put Morgan in a corner, you know?
They got the momentum right now. They're going to shoot 2 the rest of the way, so they can stop the clock and score. Matt Labrum right there in black, all dressed in black like Johnny Cash, and a few years ago won an ESPY at ESPN for a coaching stand he took against some issues, and I have a lot of respect for Matt Labrum.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just a man of integrity, and Union is lucky to have him, and he's from there. But he won a state championship in Parowan, and I'll never forget a game I did with him because he's a coach who cares about his kids, and he had a team that wasn't great, and they were in a playoff game and it didn't look good from the get-go. And I said, Coach, tell me about your kids. And he goes, we're not great, but I love every one of them. That was his comment. That's great.
That's awesome. That reminds me of the earlier game today when we saw Manti play. You know, the Manti coach was coaching the whole time. You know, they were fouling at the end, and his girls gave him a big hug at the end, and it's just cool to see that bond that the players and coaches can have.
Yeah, the paycheck they give high school coaches is not much, and that's the only one that really counts. And you know, after that run, Union gets the ball back with a chance to cut this lead down to 3. And you know, Taylor, Ross has really done it with the ball in her hands, right?
And she wants it, right? She's calling for the ball right now, and she wants to be a facilitator on offense.
Well, she can shoot the ball, and Sammy Taylor, they're going to get that ball, and Taylor, Bastion back to Taylor. They're going to go down low, and that's a good pass that time as Riley Richards gets it. Comes back out to Ross, and she's going to hit that shot, but just a little long. You see a lot of girls like to get on the ground and shoot that set shot, and Ross has a little jump shot. And that, you know, she may be only 5'5", but you get a jump shot, and you're suddenly 5'8", you know?
Yeah, that was a pretty savvy play. You know, it didn't go in, but good pump fake and got an open look.
Well, she shoots that shot. Next time she takes it to the rim, they're going to respect the shot. And
right.
Here comes Morgan as they're looking to get back momentum in this game, and it's stripped away.
Smart play, good play, hands up.
Sammy Taylor's going to lead it to Reagan Anderson, and here come Union.
Yeah, the Cougars are right back in it within 1 possession.
Well, they had a big run, and now a big run for Union, and it's a 3-point game with under 7 to go.
Hey, Morgan.
And the ball stolen away as Union's going to come up with a steal, and they're trying to push the ball right now. Probably better slow that one down. You could see that. Better to hold
Yep.
that ball, and Morgan comes back up with the lead. But you like the aggressive nature of it.
Yeah, I think they could taste blood a little bit. Felt really close and wanted to get even closer and maybe tie the game.
Morgan calling a set play, trying to get, looks like a high screen off the top. And here comes Cragen going left, gets the screen. She's going to drive. She's going to go up for the shot.
It's a really nice left-handed layup
Boy, that's
in
just
traffic.
tough. Great call. Here comes Union as Ross is going to take it coast to coast. A little hard. Boy, you like the rebound there for Union, but just came up short.
Yep.
We got us a ball game. I'm Curtis Marsh and Dylan Smith here. And
Morgan did a good job last time taking a play out of Union's book and going to the basket strong.
slowing it down, and they're going to pick up a foul this time as Riley Richards came over the top, and that'll be 16th foul, or no, that's the 7th, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the 7th. So
Okay,
it's going to be 1-on-1.
So now both teams are in the bonus.
Yeah, big shots, and Morgan's going to send, I think that's Quincy Dorius, the sophomore, to the line.
The big shots for a sophomore.
They really are, just 1-on-1, and she's thinking about it right now. She's made this shot in the gym before. She gets the ball up on top. Shots up and looks long, but banked
Banked
in.
it in.
Well, maybe that's what she's counting on, but you could tell it was long, but
This is probably as quiet as I've heard the gym all day. I think every eyeball in the rooms or in the court is
right on her.
on her. Yep.
You watch, she's gonna hit this one straight on. The first one's long, the second one's short. Oh, they're gonna let her shoot it again.
Line violation.
Let's see if this 1 point ends up hurting Union, because they had a miss. Now she's gonna get a second shot at it. Yeah, you could see at it clearly. Clearly Union was in.
Yep, went to box out a little too early.
Here goes the second shot, and it looked good.
Right. Got it just right there. Went long the first and short the second. And
2 out of 3, but it counts for 2 out of 2. And
that's right.
here comes J.C. Bastian pushing the issue. Comes over in the corner to Taylor. Pass baseline. Comes back out to Reagan Anderson. She's going to turn around, shoot. Nobody took her.
Yeah, she had a really good cut. Oh.
Ooh, tough fall that time is Ashlyn Morrell.
I almost want to see that again just because.
I hope she didn't hit her chin there. She came over and she comes dribbling, and it looks like, well, she just tripped on her own foot. Well, she caught herself with her hand. And
I think she they tripped over the Union player. So kind of interesting, because I think the officials actually could have let that go.
well, instead she's going to be the foul line shooting. Ashlyn, a junior. These are big, because once a team climbs that mountain and gets back into it from a big deficit, they usually can't climb it twice.
Yeah, you know, you put in so much energy to get back, and to get back in a hole is pretty disheartening.
Yeah, it just kind of takes your heart out right now, but this game's still plenty within reach for Union, but right now Ashlyn Morrell can give them back a 9-point lead.
Yeah.
Gets low, gets up on her tips.
Short.
That one's short. The rebound comes down. Good box out that time for Morgan, as Carly Blake comes out with the rebound. Over in the corner to Bastian. They're looking down to Reagan Anderson. But if you're Morgan, you cannot let her catch the ball down there.
No, she's got a lot of size down there and knows how to use her body well to seal off players and get the ball up.
And that foul going to go on number 20 for Morgan. That's just her first. And that is Quincy Dorius. That has to be one of the all-tournament teams. Quincy Dorius.
In and out on the free throw.
You got to hit these shots right now if you're Union.
Yep, you're at a point in the game where you need every opportunity to chip back at this lead.
Right now, Morgan kind of getting on her, but she has ice water in her veins and hits the second. 7-point lead right now. Big possessions right now for Morgan.
Union backs off the press.
Morgan looks at the ball. They bring the ball over there in the corner to Jensen. Jensen dribble drives in the corner, is trapped. And they're going to call a foul on Bastian. And really, JC didn't need to foul. She had her where she wanted her in the trap. And just got a little greedy that time and tried to reach in.
Yeah, that's right. You know, had it in a trap, and I'm looking at the replay right now, and I don't know if I see too much, but maybe pretty good acting skills
Yeah.
to fall over.
Mikhail's a senior.
That's a savvy play, you know. You know that 2 people are on you, and you can draw an official to blow his whistle.
To get a foul. I think Morgan was going to get a timeout if it didn't work out, but Mikhail's going to shoot the ball. The senior at 5'3". Boy, she takes her time, doesn't she? But she gets the shot up, and it's long. And a rebound for Reagan Anderson for Union.
That's a full jump shot at the free throw line.
Tori Ross for 3 for Union. And that shot's off, but I think we're going to get a foul on Ashlyn Morrell, right? 15, and that's her 4th. Dylan, that's her 4th foul. That's a big foul for Morgan right now.
Yeah, you know, because you keep her in the game, and Union knows that they can go after her because she can't foul again or she's done.
Riley Richards back. And the shot's nothing good, but, you know, Morgan's going to bring in Audrey Quigley. You know, she's going to come back in for Mikhail Jensen.
Yeah, you thought she was going to take out.
So they're going to leave Morrell in there with 4.
Morrell, yeah.
No, did they just change that foul? No, this is the second foul right here. Fouls. I think they're going to call Morgan again.
Wow.
That was just a hustle play from Lindy Miller to get inside, and that's on Quigley.
Gotta love to see the hustle from the guards when you're down in the post like that.
Little teeny girl's going to get in there, but
Well, you see in the replay, she's surrounded by 3 Morgan players.
I like that a lot of these girls for Union pull that hair up into the bun, you know.
Yeah. Gives them a little height on the stat sheet. On
So
the
when guys do that, they call it a man bun. With the girl, they just call it a bun. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I don't know. I don't have any hair. If I had some hair, maybe I'd do a man bun. I don't know.
I tend to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got Lindy Miller, a little Energizer bunny, going to shoot the ball right now. And the shot's up, nothing but net.
Well, and just like that, they're within 5. You know, this Union team, they won't give up. They won't quit.
Well, they've been at the foul line about this whole quarter.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of attacking the basket in the second half.
Shots up and good. 4-point lead. Plenty of time. You don't need to be desperate right here, either team.
Nope.
Morgan just needs to get in their offense and run a good set and get a good shot. They haven't got a good look.
They really haven't, and we saw that in the first half and halfway through the third quarter that when they got in their offense, they had good shots, and that was when they got their big lead, but they haven't done a good job since.
When Union took care of the basketball and didn't give up layups, they've looked awful good. Shot.
And there it is.
She comes right down there to the elbow. That's Sydney Cragen. And hits. That's a big shot for Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan has some shooters. They'll make that shot.
Centricon TV bringing you today's first round of the state tournament from Orem High School. Morgan and Union. And she got solid footwork, Reagan Anderson.
Yeah, that was just a big move by Anderson, knowing that you got to get points on the board to stay within.
She pivots and steps through with her left foot, laid that in, and
keeps him within striking distance.
Under 4, and boy, if you're Union, even though you're not going to keep the ball on that sequence, as you know, Lindy Miller came up, stole the ball, and stepped out of bounds. But what a great effort for Lindy.
Yeah, that was really impressive. I thought she stepped out at the very beginning and looked like she was going to get away with it, but then the officials called it. So
now Morgan brings the ball in finally. They get it into Morrell. Morrell's going to come looking down low, and you know that's just not a pass you need. You're up for. You don't. That almost smelled like desperation there. And
yeah, that's another case of trying to do too much.
Morgan's going to get the ball in to Ross, and it's kind of tough to trap her. Because she can beat you with the pass and beat you with the dribble. That time she gets it through with the pass to Reagan at the elbow. Reagan Anderson, she knows what to do with it.
Oh.
She missed it, but Morgan knocked the ball out of bounds. And
yeah, went up for the rebound and kind of got her legs taken out from under and lost control of the ball out of bounds.
And right now, Union's going to take a timeout, but right now, once again, we've seen this ebb and flow of this game, but this game's anybody right now, and the ball will be out of bounds right now for Union, down 4. And the winner of this game, we've talked
Plays
about.
Emory.
Wow, what a consolation prize that is.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I've been impressed with both sides. Union keeps battling back, but every time they do, Morgan doesn't seem too, you know, scared or anything.
Two-phased, yeah.
Yeah, two-phased. So
Two, 3 seeds right here, and these teams look really even to me. They
Yeah.
played each other 5 times. They'd probably split it 3-2.
well,
Right now, you see a little more bounce in Union steps right now. I see a little more intensity right now for Union.
yeah, they're definitely back on the hunt. They know how close they are to tying this game, and they have the ball with the chance to make it a one-score game.
Lindy Miller's going to bring the ball in baseline. They get in the box with Ross in the corner. They're not even guarding Ross. What are they doing?
Well, you hear the Morgan coach next to us yelling the same thing. What are you doing?
That's one girl you're not going to let go. And she
Yeah.
misses it, gets her own rebound, and Union still keeps the ball. Back to Bastion up on top as she's guarded by J.C. House. 3 minutes to go. They get the ball out top to Reagan Anderson. She looks at the cutter. She's going to go with the left hand. She's going to take it to the rim, and she's going to draw a foul.
And it's just, we've talked about it. It's just a really smart play to go to the basket and force the officials into something.
Well, especially where she shoots the ball so well, and that's going to be a second personal foul on Cindy Cragen, her third.
Yeah, if Union's able to come back in this game, it'll definitely be from their attacking nature and making these foul shots.
Cut it down to a single possession game right now. 48-45 right now, with Morgan on top of Union, with Reagan Anderson, the senior, number 14 post player, trying to cut that lead down to 2, and the shot's up and just off. But the rebound for Union. It's going to be a jump ball. The possession's going to go to Morgan.
And Morgan, you know, they've had some success driving to the basket as well, but they've also shot the ball pretty well when they found open looks. So
looking to run it, man-to-man defense right now from Union.
That was a pretty good screen.
Yeah, great screen that time. They're going to get the ball back on top as Cragen is. Boy, this Lindy Miller is after the ball, isn't
Man, she is all over it, and you can't miss her because of her pink shoes
which is either good or bad.
And her hustle.
If you have a turnover, it's the girl with the pink shoes. If you hit a 3, it's the girl with the pink shoes.
Right.
But right now, she's doing a lot of positive things for Union. And right in front of us right now, we're going to have Union get the ball as they get it inside to J.C. House. And she was hot as a firecracker in that first half. Hasn't got a lot of looks in the third quarter.
You almost want Morgan to go back to her because she's made big shots for him.
A couple of three-pointers and a couple of runners right now as Cragen tries to get the drive, gets it back out to Morrell, and just a solid defense right now from Union. Ball out on top, three-pointed, guarded by Lindy Miller. That's Sydney Cragen. She looks at it, gets the ball back over. They're going to drive to Morrell. Boy, there's just nothing.
Saw an opportunity, there she goes.
And she's going to go in for a layup, and great defense that time by Morgan, but right now Morgan's just not getting back.
No.
Because, you know, you think Lindy Miller's going to hit the layup. She doesn't, but then there's nobody to clean the glass except for the Union Cougars.
Yeah, just a really good block. You have to give Morgan credit for that, but you look at it, who was there to pick it up, and if it wasn't Ross, it was someone else from Union. So.
And they're hustling down, and Ross, she uses every part of that rim, but she gets it to drop, and it's a one-point game? Or is it?
2-point game.
2-point game. It was 3. That's right. They missed that last foul shot in the last possession.
That's correct.
Chance to cut it to 1. 48-46.
In and out.
But Union hustles down the rebound.
They're going to get the ball. Yep. That seems like that's happened at least 4 times this half, where Union's missed the second shot. And
you talk about 50-50 balls. Those are balls both teams have equal shots, and right now Union's getting the 50-50
yeah,
balls.
Union looks like they want it a little bit more than Morgan right now.
At this pace, you got girls maybe a little bit tired, but ball's going to come out to Bastion. Boy, they have a shot to either tie or take the lead. And Reagan Anderson's been a big part. She just sets a big screen over in the corner, and Anderson gets it back to the elbow. Gets it to Ross. Step back shot up short. Rebound. Union gets it. Comes back out on top. Ross is going to get it. Now she's going to Euro step.
Oh.
Boy, what a great move, but just came up hard.
Yeah, it was a great move. On that previous shot, I almost wanted her to take that right when she got the pass.
Well,
Didn't really like the step back.
Lindy Miller's going to pick up a foul right now, and so with 1:40 to go, Morgan's going to go to the foul line. They got a shot right here to extend this lead with Ashlyn Morrell. And she's done a little bit of everything for Morgan tonight.
Yeah, she'll shoot 2 shots. Both are huge. Make it a 2-possession game. She makes them both.
Yeah, she gets deep with that ball and puts it up, and that look textbook right there. Morgan's going to come back, subbing 3 in and 3 out.
And we've seen it, you know, these Morgan players, they haven't been fazed by anything that Union's thrown at them. Made some big shots to take the lead at the first quarter and then at halftime. And here they have a chance to make it a 2-possession game.
Shots up. Union crowd getting on her as she puts the ball, and it doesn't affect her at all. She hits them both. 4-point lead right now for
Morgan almost steals the ball.
JC Bastian down in the corner. Looks down there. Carly gets the ball back out on top. She's going to kick that ball out of on high to Riley Richards. Shot up by Reagan Anderson, and it's long.
I didn't see who they called that foul
Well, I
on.
think they called it on 25. Are they?
On Morgan?
Yeah.
Sure enough.
25. And right now, Morgan, I mean, they had the opportunity to grab that rebound, and they're just not going after the ball right now hard.
Yeah, Union's really taking it to the offensive glass.
That's going to put Carly Blake, a senior, on the foul line to cut into this lead with 1:26 going. And her shot's up and no good.
And how many times have we seen that? Union has an in-and-out foul shot.
Boy, in close. They didn't give Lindy Miller much of a rest, did they?
No, they can't afford to.
They can't. Carly Blake on the second shot can cut it to a single possession game and in and out. But the rebound for Union, shot up and no good. And they're going to call a foul that time. Really is Riley Richards going to pick up the foul, but just a frustration call.
Yeah.
No, they're going to give that foul to Carly Blake.
Sure enough. And, you know, obviously Union was hoping to get that put back, but.
No, that's 5 on her.
Oh.
5 fouls on Union's Carly Blake, and got a 20-second timeout as the senior.
Yeah, it's hard.
Her parents are hoping this is not the last 1:22 of her high school career.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. Is it's hard as a senior to foul out in the game, and you have to cheer your team on that you can hopefully play again.
You're in that supporting role as Lindy Miller comes back in, but right now the last girl you want at the line if you're Union is Ashlyn Morrell, because she has just been calm, cool, and collected, hasn't she?
Yep. Made 2 last time and looking to do it again here.
She looks like she's shooting baskets in her backyard in Morgan, and she hits the first. Centricom TV bringing you to game today. The winner of this to play Emory, and that game will be next Thursday, and that will be the 5:50 game in Richfield at the Sevier Valley Center. Ashlyn sets to hit the second, and she is just on a streak right now. That shot's up and nothing but net.
Well, it's fortunate, no matter who wins tonight, it's fortunate that the game against Emory is a week away, because neither of these teams would be ready to play tomorrow, I don't think.
I don't know. Maybe a week you just have. It's like maybe if you did it tomorrow, you wouldn't have to suffer all those sleepless nights thinking about playing those girls. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true too. But they've sure put a lot of effort out on the court tonight.
There's no way they could do it right now. But let's just talk about these seniors right now, and some of these seniors for Union. Let's hope this is not their last game. But as we go down with these seniors right here, Tori Ross, what an energy player for
Union.
Union, as you look at her, you know, she's just lighting it up right now. She gets the ball in her hands and good things happen to her. And there's not a lot of seniors, but number 23, JC Bastian's a senior. Lindy Miller, number 24, is a senior. So they only have 3 seniors on this.
Well, they have 2 more. They have Carly Blake right. And Reagan Anderson.
Well, that's big, isn't it?
Yeah,
those are good players.
It's kind of their starting 5, it looks like.
And we look over at the Morgan girls. They got Mikhail Jensen, the senior. Megan Matthews, a senior. And Alexa Brooks is a senior. They played a freshman. They played, they got a young team. They'll be a good, strong team next year, too.
Yeah, they have a chance to be really good next year.
And looks like full court pressure right now. Tori Rossi, she's hard to defend full court.
I think this is a really smart move from Morgan to not let Union take the ball down the court and force the issue at the basket like they've been doing.
You get the ball in, get it back, as Bastion breaks it single-handedly. She forces it down to the right hand, kicks it over in the corner. Nothing there, and almost a turnover for Union, but Bastion still comes up with the ball.
Yeah, nearly a travel right there.
You want to get that ball. Bastion's going right. Brings it back out to Ross. She's going to look at it. She's going to shoot it. Ball's up and no good.
She knew she missed that as soon as she let go.
She did. She went to rebound it, and that's a big miss right now for Union. And they're going to have to full court press right now. It's hard to press when you're in the double bonus, but no choice right now. Ball comes back into the middle to House. House brings it back onto the top to Morrell. Morrell looking. She picked up her dribble, and it's stolen.
Ross.
Boy, you can't give up that dribble.
And she is just playing her heart out.
Last thing you want to do is pick up a foul if you're House right now and let them score with the clock stop.
Yep.
Well, these girls are going to be asleep by 9 tonight because they have both
they might be asleep as soon as they get in the
bus.
Huh? Yeah.
Tori, just a super player for Union. She will be missed after this year, and she just buries that shot.
You know, it's really a shame that these teams are playing each other in the opening round because it would be kind of fun to see them both continue, you know.
Well, we're glad to see a game that's not a blowout. She hits them
true.
both.
That's true.
It's a 4-point lead. Union's going to take a timeout right now, and you know they're going to come up and really press the ball. And I think they want to keep the ball, you know, they keep the ball out of Ashlyn Morrell's hands because she hasn't missed a foul shot. If you get a second, maybe you could cheat on that stat book over there, but she's been deadly on the foul shooting.
Yeah, you know, Morgan has a slight advantage as far as their guards are a little bit longer, a little bit taller than the Union guards, so they can pass over the top of them. But they still need to be careful with the ball because 4-point game with 50 seconds left is a lot of time.
It's a ton of time right now. Sammy Taylor's going to come back in for Union. And I'm not sure I would trap them if I was Morgan. I mean, if I was, I would pick them up in that half-court trap maybe because they've shown full court, maybe mix it up a little bit, pick them up at half-court. Last time they picked up their dribble that time, and that's really where Ross was able to get the steal. And
yeah,
that was an unfortunate transition off that steal that they didn't turn it into points if you're a Union Cougar fan.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Ross with her head. You know, it's just a really smart play to look for the ball and kind of anticipate the pass.
Well, it looks like they are going to pick up the trap quick, and you know maybe you get the ball into. I think they're going to try to go for that steal for a minute. You don't have to foul right off the bat. You got almost a minute, 49 seconds.
Morgan's creating a lot of space with their offensive players.
Having a tough time getting the ball in bounds, but they finally do, and Bastion's going to pick up a foul, and who they foul? But as soon as we say that about Ashlyn Morrell, we're going to jinx her, right?
Right.
But she's just been cool, calm, and she's hit about everything she's been asked to shoot from the foul line right now.
Yeah, she's shown ice in her veins.
She sets for the shot. It's a 2-shot foul. Everything's 2 for both teams. Shots up, and it is short.
I guess we did jinx her.
We jinxed her. That allows Lindy Miller to come back in there playing offense for defense right now because she has 4.
Right.
And so by bringing her in to play offense, smart move. They run that little double team in there with Sammy Taylor and her.
So no matter what, Union's going to be down by either 4 or 5 after this shot.
Second shot's up, still a big one. Gives a chance to take this lead to 5 for Morgan. And it is out.
Oh, man. All the way down.
And the rebound for Union. And she, well, I thought she traveled, but they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Morgan did a pretty good job of getting in position to slow it down at least.
Yeah, really, they're going to get that foul to Megan Matthews, the senior. Boy, these are big foul shots. They can cut this lead to 2 right now.
Yeah, I don't know. We just saw the replay. It probably was a good foul.
Was it good?
Good foul call.
Well, these officials have done a good job.
Yeah, they have.
Not a job I want, but
no.
A lot of pressure right now on a freshman. You got a freshman guard shooting for Union, and the shot's up, and it's good.
Suck it. I like that high arc shot.
Yeah, give it a shot to go in, but she may be a freshman, but at this point in the season, she's a sophomore.
That's right. Yeah, this is a new season almost. You know, the state championship or state tournament.
She hits
games.
them both. It's a 2-point lead, and nobody covers Morgan deep.
Yeah, they got a wide open. Now they're 3-on-2.
And they're going to foul that time. They're going to foul. They reach in and get that foul, and that's going to send Sydney Craig into the foul line. But you keep your head up because Morgan had a girl wide open. Nobody picked her up. And you overcommit that pressure into the backcourt, and you got to give up something, right? But they didn't pick it up.
Well, even Cragen had the ball, was driving down, and decided to pull out. Still could have gone to the basket.
Yep. Shots up for her, and nothing but net.
That's a big shot.
That's a big shot. This can make it a 2-possession game,
Right.
which is even bigger. Here come Lindy Miller back in. I like what Union's doing. Sammy's mother is saying, why is she coming in and out? She did nothing wrong. This is just good coaching right here, right now.
That's right. You know, if Union ties this game, they need to have Miller available in the overtime period.
Second shot's up. She hits them both. 4-point lead right now for Morgan. The ball's into Ross. She splits the double team, and it's stolen away from behind. And that's going to be a foul against Union, and that is a big play in this game.
That was a huge hustle play by Cragen. Come from behind and poke the ball out.
She tipped that ball out, and then Ross ended up picking up the foul, her third. And
that might just be the difference in the game right there.
And Morgan can kind of start to put this game away.
Yep.
Still time.
Yeah, definitely still time, but that's a huge swing.
On Centricom TV, bringing you girls' exciting basketball action. A game right after this. North San Pete and Juab. Boy, that one didn't look great, but it bounced, hit left, hit right, and dropped in. And 5-point lead right now for Morgan.
And you stretch this game to 6. Union really hasn't shown the ability to make 3-point baskets.
Yeah, Morgan's been more of a 3-point threat. I know J.C. Bastian and Ross can hit him, but she misses the second one. Reagan Anderson on the rebound. Bastian, she's going to push the issue and try to get a foul. Euro step, got her own rebound.
Well, you heard Morgan's coach saying, don't reach, and they did a really good job of listening to him.
Well, they got the shot they want with Ross straight away. And Lindy Miller is going to foul out of perhaps her last game. And what a game that Lindy Miller has played, and just a lot of energy for the young lady. But right now, Morgan, no. There's only second. Boy, they've had the fouls kind of mixed up on this board, haven't they?
I think they called it on 23.
They gave it to 23 to J.C. Bastian.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
But Union's missed the presence of Blake down low since she was fouled out.
Big shot that time as Megan Matthews, the senior, hits the shot. 6-point lead. Right now, Morgan in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
they can go up 7 right now. They're going to cruise into that.
Yeah, you pretty much seal the game with this shot.
Game next week to face Emory. And, you know, the way they play with a lot of heart, that ought to be a fun game to watch.
Oh, yeah. And I think Morgan would have some size on Emory, outside of Jensen. But we can see the Morgan sideline kind of get excited knowing what that shot meant, being up by 7 with 21 seconds left.
Absolutely. We won't have much time for a post game on this one. I'm Curtis Marsh, Dylan Smith here on the lineup, and appreciate Centricom, all they do, high school sports and covering teams from all parts of the state and bring you a lot of games. They'll bring us to the next game. And you look at that game right now, we'll bring you that game. And it's North San Pete, and it is Juab, and that's a little bit of rivalry as you come up that highway from Juab up to Fountain Green into that San Pete County. But those two teams, that ought to be an interesting matchup as well.
Yeah, Juab's coming in as the 2 seed out of Region 14. They've had obviously a pretty good year to get that seed, right behind Carbon, and probably looking to win the game and face the winner of Judge Memorial in San Juan next week in Richfield.
You'd think that'd be a game. I've seen Judge Memorial. You think that'd be a game Judge would win. But that's why they play them.
Yeah, Judge Memorial, I actually did a little article about the tournament, and Judge Memorial is one of my sleepers in the tournament, so they're a pretty good team out of the Region 13.
No time to waste. J.C. Bastian's going to come, going to step back and try to get it to Ross. She's going to have to let her fly, and she does. Shots up and no good, and that should seal it for Morgan right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty deep shot. She was several feet behind the arc and just couldn't get it to fall for Ross.
Yeah, you just love these student athletes. There's no quit in either one of these teams, and they had no choice, but J.C. Bastian's going to pick up a foul. And
yeah, you know, right now going through the seniors' head, their last chance to play in the uniform, and you know how emotional that is after all the hours and hours of work that they put into their craft.
It is, and you know, they work, but a lot of these athletes, they'll just kind of cry over it for a couple days and they'll move right into softball.
that is the good part about, you know, being in these 3A schools where you get to participate in a lot of different
sports
athletes and different sports. Yep.
And I've found over the years that good teams can play up in classifications, but the classification difference is not near as much in girls as it is the boys.
Yeah.
A 2A team against a 5A team, tough in boys, not so tough in girls.
Yeah.
Small town girls have always played sports and done well at it.
Yeah, they're some pretty athletic girls on the court, and you know, in the classification.
Morgan hits them. They go up 9 in a game that is going to look like a double-digit game, but much closer.
I didn't catch what's going on.
You can't call timeout because
He didn't have the
they didn't have the ball.
He didn't have the ball.
Well, why we sort this out?
You gotta love the Morgan coach. He's still coaching.
Well, they just pointed to Morgan for the timeout, but you know, Union had the ball.
Yeah.
Interesting. She said, "Is that half court?"
I'm not sure what's going on.
That's kind of funny.
Morgan's been playing their hearts out, and they're going to get the upset, first one of the tournament, and they're just a little confused on why their coach is letting them get an easy bucket.
Yeah. Rebound in for Union, and that's going to be a final 59-52.
Wow, what a game, right?
That was a great game. Dylan, it was fun to do.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Fun to do, and they will advance to play Emory, and we're not going to have time for post-game because we're going right into it, aren't we?